Why the giraffe don't look like the lion? They don't hunt. It ain't got nothing to do with what you eat. You think the lion look the way it eat because of what it eat? You think the physique is what, like, watch the lion. You think that physique is that because of what it eat? It's not. It's the hunt that make it look like that. It's the hunt. Because every time it get up and it go out, it's got to run. Every time it go out, it's got to jump on my man and boom, bring my man to the ground. And I don't know if you watched it or not, but I promise you, whatever they catch, it ain't just letting them eat it. It's a fight going on. And every time it fight, it gets stronger. Every time it fight, it gets more ferocious. Every time it fight, it becomes more of what it is.
Hey, step inside that booth, get loose, and I got a nigga tooth, man. This your boy 503 Line. Back at it again with another one, man. Much love to the entire LDBC, the almighty LDBC, man. Lions Den boxing community, man. Much love to everybody following in, man. I see you in the building, Stenhouse, man. It's Takeover Tuesday, you understand me, man? It's fight week. I got my brothers in here with me, man. The usual suspect, Berserker boys, man. My brothers, you know what I'm saying, for life, you understand me? I got my co-host with the most in here, man. Odd fella, you know what I'm saying? Your favorite, yeah, your most hated, Mr. 905 himself, you know what I'm saying? Live and direct. And of course, I got my brother, Act Reacher, number 45, Professor Active around this motherfucker, man. Hey, man, say, man, it's going down, man, in a real major way. We got a lot of shit to talk about today, man. Supposed to be having some of the homies pull up. You understand me? We gonna talk some good boxing talk, man. I see you in the building, Jay Cooley, Stenhouse, Joe Johnson. He say, what's good? What's up with y'all, man? Hey, man, we just kicking shit. But all fella, man, you there, fam? Let the people know what you got going, bro, and where they can follow you at.
What it do? Y'all know what it is. Y'all can follow me on IG, Jay Steels the R fella, as well as that Live and Direct show, Live and Direct 905. Follow me on IG, YouTube. Y'all know what it is, the R fella, as well as subscribe to the new channel, the #1 rapper in Hamilton. We need y'all help to try to determine who the, you know what I mean, the dopest rapper in Hamilton is, you know what I mean? So subscribe to that. We gonna be posting, you know what I mean, videos up daily, you know what I mean, so y'all can get your research on and give us your feedback and whatnot. The pre-selection show is going down December 22nd, so yeah, keep in tune. That's what it is, you know what I mean?
Ready. Hey, man, say, man, much love to the whole Canada, you understand me, from the 5th to the 6th, man. All my woes out there, man. We fuck with y'all, bro. Act Richard 45, man. Hey, man, you there, bro? If you there, let the people know what you got going, man, and where to follow you at, fam.
Yeah, man. What's up, man? I had to get with my bro real quick with the hat real quick. Had to get with the bro real quick. Yo, first of all, I didn't know that LDBC 2. You know, I seen that. I seen the cover for that. Shout out to you. I seen that. You know, snuck that on me. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can follow me, of course, at Act Reacher, the YouTube page, dash 45, and y'all can follow me at Berserker Boy Berserker dash _ Berserker Boy on Instagram, and y'all can catch me on Saturdays and Sundays, man.
Already. I see you in the building, Jay Good, man. That's my bro right there, man. We got some shit started on that Twitter, huh, Jay Good? Hey, man, say, man, it's going down in a real major way, man. But I want to go ahead and start the show off, man, and ask y'all about the pre-workouts, you know what I'm saying? What was y'all thoughts about the workouts today, man, with Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua? It was a lot of stuff I seen today, man, but I'm gonna get y'all take on it first, man. I see you in the building, D Wells. What's macking with it, boss, man? Fella, man, what is your thoughts, man, on the workouts, bro, and the media day that they had today for the fighters in Saudi Arabia, man?
Yeah, they had it at some type of public square inside, I believe it's Saudi Arabia's biggest city, Hardhittas. But it looked like a good turnout. To me, the most shocking thing that I saw was the shape that Derek Molina was in. You know what I mean? To be a little smart with it. Eric Molina was actually looking. This is the best shape I've ever seen Eric Molina in. But that's still he's still gonna be an opponent when it comes to Filip Hrgović. He's still getting knocked out. Filip Hrgović looked at his best. You know what I mean? He looked trim, sharp on the pads. Another thing we got to see was Dillian White. Dillian White is somehow making his return. There's still no word, no sight of this B sample. Is this the reason why Eddie Hearn got him on his card? Because it's in Saudi Arabia, and the commission is going to look the other way on this one. There's still no mention if the WBC is going to sanction this fight as far as the interim belt being on the line against Marius Watt. So there's still a lot of questions surrounding Dillian White. How did he look? He looked chunky to be truthful. You know what I mean? He looked a little bit chunky in my opinion. He was wearing a black kind of a black t-shirt, workout suit and whatnot, and it wasn't fitted. It was kind of loose fitting, so it showed it lended to tell me that he wasn't in the best of shape. Because us dudes that are in shape, we like to show, you know what I mean, show that off by wearing like tailor-made tight fitting t-shirts and whatnot. And Dillian White definitely wasn't rocking them like that. So I could tell that he has some extra weight on him and whatnot. We'll see that if that even matters Saturday night. I don't think it will. I think he'll take Marius Watt to decision. Moving on. We had just to sum it up with Ruiz and AJ, you know what I mean? Ruiz looked absolutely, to me, he really impressed me in his workout. You know what I mean? He actually did stuff. He was working the pads and whatnot. He looked real sharp. His hands were absolutely fast. At points he mesmerized me with the type of combinations that he was throwing and being able to execute with his trainer. I think he even impressed the commentators, the Scott Sports commentators, with his workout. As far as AJ goes, AJ to me, it was despicable what he came up there and did shadow boxing for 5 minutes and then did a couple of interviews. To me, that kind of shows me that they're really not trying to show nothing. You know what I mean? Either that or he was scared to just show anything in his arsenal to Ruiz, because out of all the boxers that did workouts, they're doing pad works, they're doing more of a workout. But AJ just came up in there and did shadow boxing. I mean, I wasn't. I was highly dissatisfied with that, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? And it had my eyebrows raised when at the end of the workout, when I really took everything in. I'm like, yo, this nigga really just shadow boxed 5 minutes, man. What's up with that? You know what I mean? So I originally picked AJ, you know what I mean, and win by decision. I'm not solid on my decision at all. I'm going to still stand with it, but I'm not solid after I saw that media workout. Something's up in that AJ camp. There's talks of him still sparring, you know what I mean, in the week of the fight. You know what I mean? Once again, man, is he cramming for the exam? You know what I mean? Is he trying to get those Klitschko tactics intact before this big fight? I don't know. I'm scared with my decision, with my pick.
Okay. And salute to my brother R for the man for being a stand-up G. You understand me? And keeping it real on what he said. You feel me? But my brother, stay ready. Boxing TV just fell up in the building. You ain't got to get ready if you stay ready, man. Hey, man, stay ready, bro. Let the people know what you got going and where to follow you at, fam.
Say, man, tonight, 8 o'clock, I will have In the Ring Christine live at 5. Y'all make sure y'all be in the building, man. Right after 78 Sports go live, me and Christine will be live tonight. Also, tomorrow, I should have Jeremy Zero Hill on right after the Smoke City Mobcast. So y'all make sure y'all show up and show out for my brother Zero Hill. He just got a win last week. Week before last. On his first card that he headlined himself. So.
Hey man, well it's going down on Stay Ready Boxing TV. You
I hear y'all
understand me?
going off, and I heard Art fell on his rant again.
Yeah, now we just came on. Well, I was asking them what they thought about the workouts or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That came on today for the fight with Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz.
I'm gonna be
I
honest
see I
with you.
see you in the
I
building
only got to see.
704 Joe and Money Brown. Go ahead, bro.
I only got. I only got to see he's work out, and he looked good. To be honest with you, he looked the same. He looked like he ain't lost shit. He looked like he's still the same size he was in the first fight. But I tell you what he did. He did look a little quicker, and he looked like he was landing to his punches on those when he was hitting whatever the little pad was. He looked like he was giving more solid shots. I didn't see Joshua. I missed that part. I'm gonna have to go back and look, but I am interested in seeing. But you know,
Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel you, bro. We gonna see how this shit pan out though. But Andy Ruiz, to me, he is looking more faster. He looking more accurate. You know what I'm saying? More precise with his shots. You know what I'm saying? I'm liking his upper body movement. You know what I'm saying? I like his whole rhythm to him. You know what I'm saying? He kind of got a rhythm like a black dude, in my opinion. But at Reacher 45, man, I'm coming to you last, man. I say the best for last, man. You a fighter. You the only fighter on the panel. Um, did you see something odd in any of these workouts today, bro? And what are your thoughts about today's workouts, man? For the media.
I'm not gonna necessarily get at AJ because he didn't want to work out and he just shadow box. I seen plenty of fighters do shit like that, to where they come on and
I
they
see you,
just
bro. I see
shadow
you.
box and it's not really no media workout. You know
Hey,
what I
go,
mean?
you
And
feel me,
things
Chris?
so 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 I'm not gonna really gauge. I can't really gauge anything into that. But what I can
Yeah.
say is Andrew Ruiz been looking sharp to me since after the fight was over. He been looking sharp in training. He just been so calm and relaxed, like
Hey,
you
Chris,
know what I mean?
hold on,
Like
hold on. Hey, Chris, I'm getting a lot of feedback from you, bro. Can you go on mute for me? Can you hear me? Okay, yeah, there you go. Appreciate it. Go ahead, bro.
you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was just getting a little feedback from Chris. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like and then there was and I know that like I said, he been listening to a lot of the outlets because Andy always brings up the fact that he been hearing that people been saying that he been losing too much weight and stuff like that. And he said, nah, he feels good, he feels strong. He said if anything, he added power. I believe him. We're not hearing these same rumors in Andy's camp that we hearing about Anthony Joshua. I hear 1 minute that he stopped his sparring partners, and then the last week, which I don't normally know boxers to even be sparring. The last week of the fight. Some dudes do though. I know some dudes that's dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I personally, not no, not no pro fight with no headgear and shirts off. Come on, man. Like, what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure that my body is well rested. We're gonna warm up before the fight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like I said, as far as like I said, who I got winning, I'm not no Mark Breland. He scared the shit out of me, man. I ain't like what he said, man. That shit still haunts me, 503. When he said, yo, man, I think Joshua's going to win. I think they're going to pay Andy off. I said, no, don't say that. Don't do that to me, man. I want Ruiz to spank him, and I want to see Wilder and Ruiz. I think that those two dudes deserve that payday for their families. They both American fighters, even though Andy Ruiz is Mexican. He's still born in Cali. The man came out to Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? So he's a Cali dude. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I respect that about him. And I just like him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of them dudes you don't want to meet before the fight because, you know what I mean? You like, it's like Regis Prograis said about Jose Ramirez. You know what I mean? Like, he's such a nice guy, but I gotta box him. Like, I don't want to meet none of y'all. When I turn pro, I don't want to have a relationship with none of y'all. Right? The big dudes, the ones that I'll never be in their weight class, cool. You know what I mean? We can have a relationship. You know what I mean? All them around my weight class, man, I'm good with that.
Already, man. Salute to my boy, Money Brown, Trick Loyalty, Macadon One. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all in the building, man. So, the man of the hour who we've been waiting for is finally here. Yes, sir. Mr. Chris, man, who got so much to say about Terrence Crawford. You understand me, man? This our bro right here, man. You understand me, man? You know, I met him through Stay Ready, man. If y'all don't know about this, man, you know what I'm saying? He doing this thing up there in Denver, Colorado, man, with a bunch of young and up-and-coming fighters, bro. And I respect bro boxing opinion, you know what I'm saying? He is a boxing guy. He know boxing, you know what I'm saying? And he know a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't fucking know. So bro is very knowledgeable when it comes to the sport, you know what I'm saying? And I respect his opinion, and it mean a lot to me, you know what I'm saying? But today, I was minding my business on Twitter, just strolling up my timeline. I see my bro Jay Good tweet something about Terrence Crawford, you know what I'm saying? I retweeted, you know what I'm saying? I don't even say bro name. He come for me in the mentions. Who you talking about? I say, damn, bro. I'm talking about the media. You know what I'm saying? But it's a whole bunch of shit that we're gonna talk about today, man. We're gonna talk about Terrence Crawford a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because we got bro on the show with us today. He a special guest, man. I appreciate him joining us. Chris, man, go come off mute, bro.
My brother.
What's up? Are you sure you're ready for this?
What's up with it?
Oh yeah,
Colorado player.
You know the motto. You ain't got to get ready if you stay ready.
Definitely Colorado
You know
player, but I'm in Texas now, so I ain't running back to the mountains yet.
Okay. Let the people know what you got going, man, and where they can follow you at, bro, and just let them know a little bit about yourself because they don't normally see you every day. So let the people know who you is, bro.
Yeah. Social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the whole nine. It's at McLean Mestas, MacLean Maestas. Who I am. I'm a boxing manager. I manage quite a few fighters, mostly based out of Denver, Colorado. Boxing enthusiast, and the biggest thing, man, just a boxing fan. Sports fan, the whole nine. I actually met Matt through a fighter of mine, and that's kind of how I ended up getting linked up with you guys. And I'm here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I say, man, bro got a real good boxing mind. You understand me? He's just a little diluted when it comes to Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna put that out there. You understand me? He came down my street. I ain't come down his. But since I got you on, man, what I want to ask you, like, why did you get so defensive this morning when we was tweeting about Terrence Crawford, man? What was up with that, bro?
Well, it wasn't so much get defensive, man. I wanted to make sure you knew the facts. Basically.
Okay. There you go. You was breaking it up at first. I can hear you now. What you was saying now?
Okay, I said it wasn't getting defensive. I just wanted to make sure you knew the facts.
Okay, what's the facts?
Well, it always comes across as y'all Texas boys. I mean, you guys are all Earl Spence guys, whatever, and that's where we know where this come from. It all just came across with the comments about him basically not wanting to fight UDC fighters. And then you brought up the whole he called out Floyd Mayweather, but didn't call out Sean Porter deal.
Right.
That's when everybody brought up Ugas and the rest of them guys. And I just had to break it down and give you the facts. Like, no, all that's been done. The whole Sean Porter deal, they're friends, they're boys. They both have said if they ever want to fight, if it ever comes across, they'll take it. But they're not going to go that way. And then the whole Pacquiao situation, as I said earlier, The fight was offered to Pacquiao numerous times. Freddie Roach actually came out in the media. You can Google the video and said, "I don't want that fight for Pacquiao." Hence why they priced themselves out of that fight. And then he went to PBC. Garcia was offered a contract to fight Bud at Madison Square Garden.
Hey, Chris, I got a quick question for you. One of the homies said, "Do you know Noah Stewart?"
Noah Stewart? No.
Yeah. Okay. Now I don't think is he out of Colorado or Denver or somewhere? Money Brown, let me know, bro, in the chat. But go ahead, bro.
No, and then like I said, Garcia was offered that fight, turned it down. I think he was offered something upwards of like 7 to 10 million for that fight. He turned it down, so he ended up taking Amir Khan.
Right.
And then you brought up Ugas. I'm like, why? Why?
I mean, he a top welterweight though, bro. He finna fight for a junior varsity belt.
Yeah, junior varsity belt.
Just saying.
Yeah, no, he's
no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? Because I know, you know what I'm saying, that you know you kind of on that level where you know your fight is up and coming. So I don't mean no disrespect, but that's what we call it on our platform. Like we just come up with little names, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't no disrespect, man. We know all these guys is top, you know what I'm saying, top level or whatever, man.
Title under my belt, so I'm happy.
yeah, for shit show, man.
When Mike Alvarado won his world title, I was a part of that team. That's the reason how I even got started in boxing, period.
Right.
But when he beat Brandon Rios in Las Vegas and won the WBO, that was my first world title and only.
Okay, that's dope though, bro. That's dope, man.
At the top, and now I'm at the bottom trying to work back up. So it's an awkward situation on how I even got started in boxing and how I ended up, like I said, at the top level to begin. You know what I mean?
Right.
Pay-per-view, blah. You know,
yeah.
And obviously, like I said, he's done going down, building fighters back up and so forth. So I'm learning the opposite way.
Already, man. Turn up, man. I got my brother in the building with me, legendary Top Cats. He say turn up in this motherfucker, man. Yeah, man. Ugas is a top 10 welterweight. But fella, man, I want to come to you, bro. You've been a little quiet. What's your thoughts on this whole Terrence Crawford situation, man? You see the homie that slid in here. And he ripping real hard for Team Bud, man. And you were saying something earlier about the interview before we came on. Give me your thoughts on just the whole Terrence Crawford situation, the debacle, him calling out PBC fighters, him not getting the fights. You know what I'm saying? Everything, bro. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I mean, yeah, Terrence Crawford, he is someone in a precarious situation. You know what I mean? And there's conflicting reports from coming out of Bomac and then coming out of Bob Arum. I didn't hear most of the interview, but I believe Bob Arum was just on the TBV podcast earlier on this evening, and he reportedly stated that Terrence Crawford's contract runs way past 2020. I believe a lot of us believe that his contract would be up in 2020, and he could possibly go over to the PBC first and foremost, or maybe even align with Eddie Hearn and go over the zone ways. You know what I mean? But because it seems like in a previous interview with Bomac, they don't seem happy with the situation with the opponents and the matchmaking that Terrence Bud Crawford is getting. So once again, he's definitely in a precarious situation, and he's being as far as like the welterweight division goes, it's dominated by the PBC, just like the middleweight division is dominated by the zone. You know what I mean? So you gotta make the decision. You either find other credible opponents to fight, whether it's above or below you, you know what I mean, under your same umbrella, or you bite the bullet, you know what I mean, and go over to the PBC, you know what I mean, or you just gotta bow down, you know what I mean, because otherwise, we're gonna talk this to the death, you know what I mean. It's gonna be back and forth, you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, somebody is gonna have to like bow down, and it's gonna have to be Terrence Crawford. He's not the guy. He's not the guy that's in the position of power. His own promotional group ain't even giving him the light of day, really. You know what I mean? They're giving that shine more so to the Tyson Furies of the world and to the Lomachenkos. You know what I mean? He's a former undisputed junior welterweight champion. You know what I mean? Many have him number one on the pound for pound list, but ESPN doesn't even have him number two on the welterweight rankings. I think he's number 3 behind Pacquiao. So I mean, he's not in a position of power to be acting like he can be dictating this and that. So he's gonna have to bite the bullet, and that's my opinion on Terrence Bud Crawford.
Ready. I want to come back to the homie Chris, man. A lot of the homies was getting confused with what you were saying. They want to know which Garcia was offered $7 million. Did you say he was offered $7 million or $3 million?
It was the numbers that I got was in between 7 and 10, and it was Danny Garcia.
Which Garcia?
Danny Garcia.
Okay. So yeah, man. They say Danny was out for $7 million, bro. So, and it's the homie. Like he got ties with them peoples over there. So, you know, I don't know. You know, it is what it is.
That was reported was $3 million.
Right.
That's the numbers that.
Hey, hold it down for me, right quick, bro. Hold it down for me.
All right, I got you. But no, the numbers that was reported to all the media sources and everything that we're getting information. $3 million. Like everything, even Danny came out and said, "I'm not taking $3 million. You're gonna have to come up with something north of that." It came out.
I said the numbers I got was set. Like I heard 7, but you know I obviously heard a little higher when Danny had rejected the offer. Supposedly Bob Arum came back with a counter offer, what have you. I didn't get that far into it, but the last I knew it was 7. You know, but at the end of the day, who knows? Regardless of the fact, I mean, he was offered the fight and said no. If you want to take on the top rope, especially somebody like Danny Garcia, you know, take the fight.
Yeah. What about Sean Porter?
What do you mean? What about Sean Porter?
Well, Sean Porter and his team wants to fight with Crawford. Crawford came out.
Kenny Porter wants to fight Terrence Crawford because.
Did you watch the Sean Porter interview on Sway in the Morning?
From the most recent fight?
Yeah, this was right before he fought Earl Spence. They talked about the Crawford fight, and he said if it came down to it, I love to fight Crawford. He said, we're friends. He said, I'm not pushing for that fight, but if it came down to it, and he said, me and Crawford has talked, we're going to have to fight each other. It came out of Porter's mouth. Mm-hmm. So after that fight and everything with Earl, they said they wanted that fight.
No, but like I said, if it comes, now listen. You said that Porter said if it comes down to it, you know, he would take that fight and that fight would happen. Obviously, they both would. They both have said that. But the only reason that's gaining any kind of traction now is because of Kenny Porter. You don't hear Sean Porter coming out saying, "I want Terrence Crawford, let's make the fight happen," or you don't hear Terrence Crawford coming out saying, "I want Sean Porter, let's make the fight happen." All that is Kenny Porter. That's Kenny Porter bringing all this back up to light because Sean Porter's fought every welterweight over there in PBC. He has no other options. He's not going to get a rematch with any of those guys besides potentially Ugas as long as he's the title.
He's going to get the rematch with Earl. Oh, he's back.
I don't think maybe. I don't think that's a rematch that Earl would take, especially now. He has way too many other opportunities with a lot of other fighters than to go back and fight Sean Porter again. If you don't have to go back down that road, why would you? And I don't think he wants to go back down that road. That's the tough
good fight. The money's
for him.
You right, but that's also mean. But if you look at that fight and their rematch, the money's there. Like the money is right there in your face. If they get a rematch, they could do those numbers again on pay-per-view, and those numbers could also be way bigger than they was because of the magnitude of that fight itself.
Possibly.
From a business aspect.
But again,
for both of them and the money that you're putting in your pocket, that's amazing, man. That's a lot of money.
But again, right now, a fight with Manny Pacquiao is bigger. A fight with Danny Garcia is potentially bigger. a fight with Keith Thurman maybe even is potentially bigger. And like I said, Ugas could be another one as long as he comes off and wins that title. Sean Porter's at the last of that list right now, unfortunately. I say that unfortunately because I think all of us would love to see that rematch.
I don't think that the fight with Danny Garcia is bigger than Sean Porter rematch, but from Pacquiao for sure, Keith Thurman for sure, but not Danny. I don't think Danny's a bigger fight.
The reason I disagree with that is because Danny brings something different than every other fighter there. Danny is all those other guys combined to me. He has a good jab, he has speed, he definitely has power, and he's proven that he can take shots, and he's beat the V2 of anybody. So I mean that makes it bigger to me. Maybe not to the casual fan, to the consumers, to the buyers. Are more people gonna want to see that rather than potentially seeing a rematch of a fight they already seen? And that was great, yeah, probably. But to most of us, the Danny Garcia Earl Spence is a much bigger fight than and better fight than the Sean Porter fight.
Yeah, nah, I respect that, man. At Creature 45, bro. I'm gonna come to you, man. What's your whole thoughts about the situation, man? How you feel about the whole Terence Crawford coming out talking about he can't fight he can't fight PBC fighters, and you see all this shit with Bo Mack and Bob Arum. They going back and forth in the media. What's your thoughts on the whole situation, bro?
I feel as though ESPN they not really good promoters. To start off with, you know what I mean? I would if you put a gun to my head, I would say the Zone promotes a little bit better. Fox, to me, Fox right now is the gold standard. If you have a really popular fighter, I like the little Titantron thing they trying to do with the wrestling type feel they have with the boxing for the big fights and stuff like that, and the big ring work and stuff like that. So I definitely agree as far as the promotional aspect, and looking at it from a fighter's aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I look at the promotion as being important, and I think that ESPN itself is just lagging in that department. You know what I mean? So I already felt like Terence Crawford, that just wasn't a smart businessman. I like him as a fighter, but sometimes I just question dudes as businessmen. Since y'all always want to talk about business, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't really smart business. You know what I mean? Sometimes you do got to look at your weight division and see, like, if I'm fighting here, when I start doing my thing, and am I gonna have people to fight? Because that's what it's about, having those dance partners and those opponents. So Terence Crawford, to me, he does kind of got to relent in a way and kind of get off the high horse and try to figure out how he could fight. I want to see the fight with Sean Porter. Why can't we have that fight? Because y'all friends. See, that's what I mean with all of this friend shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? And you around the same weight class. I don't like the old heads that I be around, the old head boxers, like, they always tell me, like, yo, Scrap, you don't got no friends if they're around your weight class. Now, if it's a weight division, like I said, you never gonna compete in, that's understandable. Y'all could be friends, but I just don't understand all of this. I think that's a perfectly good fight right there. Because like Chris said, like, to just rematch Sean Porter, whether you Danny Garcia, whether you Earl Spence, whether you even Keith Thurman, and you let your nuts drag all of a sudden. You know what I mean? To come back. If you give, like, Sean Porter is like a balanced breakfast for any motherfucker. So you gotta be, you know what I mean, mentally and physically prepared for a fighter like Sean Porter. You have to. So I see I lean towards more what Chris is saying, like the other PBC guys may not give Sean Porter a chance, but that's why I'm bringing up Terence Crawford. Like, we should put this friendship stuff to the side. You know what I mean? I honestly would like to see that. Like, I didn't care about him fighting Felix Diaz. No disrespect to him, and that was a PBC fight. I didn't care about Terence Crawford fighting John Molina Jr. I didn't care about that. I do care about him fighting Sean Porter.
Right,
And just like Chris said, I do think that I'd rather see Danny Garcia and Earl fight rather than see Earl and Sean Porter again. I'll be honest. I'd rather see Danny Garcia or Earl 1. We could get that popping. We could because Danny been talking for a while. Like how's Earl the boogeyman? How? Why? He always questioned that. So you know what I mean? And make sure when y'all make them highlight reels, all of y'all people out there listen to this, make sure y'all add that Danny interview where he said that. Make sure y'all add that because that's gonna be great for the build up. Because Danny always questioned that. So I think that with the storyline is good. And you know, we could always get Earl and Bud too popping. I'm never against that happening too soon or too later. But I'm just saying, in the meantime, in between time, I think after the car accident, I'd rather take Danny Garcia. I think Danny Garcia is better tactically than Sean Porter. But I think that there's things that Sean Porter has that Danny Garcia don't got that I'd rather deal with.
Okay. I wanted to ask Chris this question, man. This from the homie Jay Good. He kind of the reason why me and Chris went at each other on Twitter because I retweeted his tweet. So he said, with that being the case, how can Bud legitimately say he's getting frozen out on the PBC side if he hasn't initiated the talks? Then, you know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on that, Chris?
Well, I mean, I think it's not up to him to even initiate the talks. I mean, he does the call outs. He's talking a lot more than he normally does. He's not the dude you're gonna find and out there doing a bunch of interviews, talking a lot of these press conferences, calling people out and blah blah blah. But at this point, he's had no choice to. Unfortunately, as you guys have stated, not really having many opponents over there with Top Rank or ESPN. Ultimately, it all boils down to the promoters, to be honest. I think that there has been talks between the two, but it's just financially and all these other things they can't come to an agreement on. Like let's say, for example, Top Rank and PBC said, yeah, okay, we'll go ahead and send Danny Garcia over to fight Crawford. Okay, they work out all those logistics and whatnot. Then they go with Danny Garcia with a $3 million offer, whatever it is. And he says, no, I want more. Puts everything down. So then that trickles down to the promoters, and promoters got to go back and talk to PBC people, got to talk to Top Rank and blah, 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 blah. And then at that point, pride gets involved and people just don't want to make some of these fights happen. He got the fight against Felix Diaz and John Molina because they were journeymen at the time, and PBC, they really didn't give a shit about him, to be honest. So they didn't care to send him over. But when you got a joint, a joint promotions, or you trying to do a joint promotion show, a lot more things come into play. And as y'all talked about, do I feel that Bud needs to sort of as y'all say, get off his high horse with it? You make points with that for sure. I say yes and no. I think that, obviously if he would have stayed a free agent like Deontay Wilder does, if he would have stayed a free agent like that, things would obviously work out a little better for him. But once Top Rank brought ESPN into the fold, how can you say no to ESPN? Because ESPN made his deal a lot sweeter than what Top Rank was originally offering. That I do know. The numbers I don't know. They paid a lot more for him to stay there. So it's not just Top Rank, it's ESPN. And as my man stated earlier, ESPN with promoting fighters and fights and whatnot is, it's a little shaky at best.
Mm-hmm. See, my thing about that, though, Chris, my only problem that I have with ESPN is, of course, they got the numbers and they got the fan base and the platform. Okay, it's ESPN. But the thing about them is they wait till the week of the fight to start promoting the fight. You know what I'm saying? You don't I ain't gonna lie, bro. And I got the ESPN Plus app. I was watching the Valdez and Lopez fights this Saturday. On that fight, bro, that was my first commercial I have seen of Terrence Crawford and Mean Machine, bro. That was the first one I seen, bro. What's up with that, man?
No, you're right. Honestly, like if it wasn't for them on social media with me, I really wouldn't have even seen anything. I think it's just ESPN. I don't think ESPN knows how to do that. You know, ESPN, they're just a sports machine all the way around. You know, they're not going to put so much emphasis on one sport or on one person or on one fight.
Right.
I mean, they probably did a little more when it came to Tyson Fury, when Tyson Fury had his fights over there. I mean, because it was Tyson Fury is a global star. You know, Terrence Crawford is not a global star. You know, the only people that know him are Ricky Burns fans. But outside of that, they just don't know how to promote boxing. Period. I feel. I mean, you look at even the deal they have with the UFC with mixed martial arts. They do a terrible job promoting that as well. You know, you don't see much. You just, they just expect you to go on the app because everybody's on their phones and whatnot nowadays, and just come across it. So yeah, but his promotions, can definitely use some help for sure. I mean,
okay. I see y'all going off in the comment section, man. But I want to ask the panel this. Stay ready. I'm gonna come to you first, bro. Do you think Crawford's career has kind of been stagnant because of Earl Spence's car accident? It's kind of like he kind of lost momentum. Like I heard Black Fight fans saying it on Trill Boxing Talk earlier, man. What? Okay, stay ready, not there. Okay, I'm gonna come to you, fella. What's your thoughts about that, bro? Do you feel like Terrence Crawford is kind of stagnant since Earl Spence had the car accident, bro? And you know what I'm saying? And they really can't promote him through Earl Spence no more. What's your thoughts about that, fella? Fella, you there? Oh damn! Fella dropped out too. What the hell going on? Hey, I'm gonna come to you, bro. What's your thoughts on that, bro? If you there.
That's kind of interesting that you asked that, because I never actually thought about it from that particular standpoint. Maybe he did kind of lose a little bit of hope in that fight happening more sooner than it probably could have happened. So maybe you got a point there with something, but I still think that there's other fights out there that he could try to potentially make. Nobody want to see him versus Green Bean.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah, bro. You good?
Yeah. I've been talking like a motherfucker just a minute ago.
Okay, you must be leaving out the building. Yeah, but we can hear you now, though, bro. You good?
That's good. All right.
Stay ready, you there?
Yeah, what was it? Yeah, man, I left out and came back in. I don't know what y'all was cooking on just now.
Yeah, I was trying to ask you, bro, like, what's your thoughts about the whole statement Black Fight fan put out as far as it goes to Terrence Crawford, like Earl had the car accident or whatever, man, and he feel like Terrence Crawford's career kind of been stagnant ever since that. Like, it's just been on pause.
Yeah,
Like, what's your thoughts about that, bro?
I agree because in the sense that you sitting there, he's been his whole career as of this point since he moved up to welterweight division has been based off of Earl Spence. When he originally came to the welterweight division, like people got to realize, Earl Spence was an afterthought. He wasn't thinking about Earl Spence. He was trying to get Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman got hurt and disappeared. Even though we know what we think about that, but just in the timeline sense, Keith Thurman got hurt and disappeared. Even while on ESPN, when Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, they asked him, "Well, what about Earl Smith?" Because Earl Spence, because it's being said that he's the boogeyman of the division. He said, "Man, Earl got a strap. I'll fight him too, but I want Keith Thurman." That's exactly the words that came out of his mouth. You go on 6-7 months after not doing it, after fighting Jeff Horn and then fighting Jose Benavidez, then he started calling out Earl. because there's no other fighters on the top ranked side for him to fight that's even worth him fighting. Like Mean Machine, why is he fighting this dude? He hasn't did anything to even prove himself to be put in this position. But yet again, they put somebody there for him to fight, and they're trying to build something to make him look good. Because before he even came out just this week and spoke, nobody was speaking about this fight with Terrence Crawford. The fight is next week. If it wasn't for us even speaking of Terrence Crawford right now, would nobody even be thinking about? Ain't nobody even talking about his fight. They're just talking about him and what he said in his interview. That's also a part of the reason he's not getting those fights. Because if you're gonna fight those PBC fighters, none of them are gonna come over there to ESPN, and you're not paying them because ESPN don't know how to promote. Fox is doing a great job at promoting everything that they're doing right now. Everything. When it comes to football, basketball, boxing, whatever they put on their platform, they're promoting and they're promoting hard.
Right.
And so when you look at two of the same conglomerates when it comes to the sport business, how is ESPN gonna let this person? All ESPN got to do, like I'm gonna give you an example. When Terrence Crawford fought Amir Khan, I did not see one commercial about it until the Wednesday before the fight. Now you had two high profile games that week. You had that week of that fight. You had it was the Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors, and it was the Bucks versus the 76ers. And you did not put a commercial between none of those games. Why? You got them on your platform. These are big games that are on your platform that you do not promote for. And this is another problem I have. It's not so much with him resigning. I understand that they're putting money behind it, but ESPN has also been complaining about the numbers. If you're going to complain about the numbers when 85% of it is your fault.
Yeah.
So when you're calling out Earl
I,
Spence and you're doing all this with Earl Spence, you're building up your brand because you have no other way to build your brand at this point. There's no other fighters you can fight that's over there at ESPN. So you upset. But then when you offer these fighters money, you're not offering them what they want because they're not going to get the money on the back end for going over to ESPN to fight. But I guarantee if Terrence Crawford came over to the PBC side on Fox or Showtime, he'll make that plus where he gets at ESPN.
Yeah, yeah, man. Let me catch up in this chat, man. Y'all boys been going off in the chat, man. I see you in the building, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Y'all subscribe to the homie. Jay Good said Sean and Bud both said that could happen when they both sit in the room together. Bud echoed that weeks ago when he said he won't be forced into that fight. Neither mentioned promoters. Okay. I see my boy in the building, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Jay Good also say he was on Thurman bumper heavy the same way Earl is now. Duke say I don't approve of it though. I don't know what you're talking about though. He says it's common nowadays for fighters to leech off a shown enough breadwinner. Wow, yeah. Jay Cooley say Earl accident don't got nothing to do with Bud. Earl not the only fighter. Yeah, I feel that, Jay Cooley. Let me see. D Hodges say no, they wasn't fighting anytime soon. Okay, you must have been talking about something else. Stenhouse say if Bud going to fight No Names, tell him to fight Ennis. That would be a good fight, but I don't know, bro. I think Ennis is with Cameron Duncan. I don't know if he fight on ESPN. Do Cameron Duncan fighters fight and do business with top ranked fighters, Chris?
Yeah, Cameron Duncan used to be Bud's manager. And he used to be Tim Bradley's manager, a lot of those guys. So yeah, they definitely do business together.
Okay. That's good, man. Well, I'm gonna ask you, bro. Has Terrence Crawford's career been put on pause, man, since Earl Spence's horrific car accident, man, last month?
I mean, I don't think it had really much to do with Earl's car accident. I mean, I think it was definitely on hold just because basically there was nobody over there on that side for him to fight.
Yeah.
In about a year's time, I don't think we're going to have this conversation. I think all this is kind of going to be behind us. And the only reason I say that is because Top Rank's definitely, we talked about this last week, Top Rank's definitely grooming a couple guys and rumored to be signing somebody who is a potential opponent for Terrence Crawford. as we talked about, they're grooming Jose Ramirez to come up and to fight Crawford at 147.
Hey, he's not the only one. He's not the only one.
No.
I heard a couple of names.
Yeah, Progress is another one.
Yeah.
That they're actually trying to sign. Bob Arum said he wants to actually sign him.
But my thing is this though, Chris, and this is kind of the double-edged sword in this, bro. You got Crawford saying one thing, you got Bob Arum saying one thing, you got Bo Mack saying one thing, and now all these other articles is saying that they already got opponents for Bud. So it's like, where we going? You know what I'm saying?
Just everybody thinking they got the answers. Most of the people that's writing those articles, do I think they're getting everything from all the correct sources? Probably not. They might just be talking like we're talking and just putting it out there. It's clickbait. So some of that you can't. Definitely don't think Bob Arum and Bo Mack are on the same page. Clearly, obviously, I think Bob Arum and the people up at the top right, I think they got a plan. It's just taking a long time. I think Bo Mack and them got other plans because they want these guys on the other side of the pond, so to speak, meaning the PBC guys. If that's what they want, they don't want to wait for other guys to be groomed or be brought in and put a couple fights together and stuff. Like another person that they signed that they want to use eventually is what's homeboy's name? Amir Imam was another person.
Right, I seen it.
Bob Arum, he's been trying to sign Josh Taylor. He wants either that or he wants that Taylor Ramirez fight. But all these guys are being named to go up as potential opponents, but that's just going to take a little bit of time. And the reason that I think that Bo Mack and them are kind of like on that is because, like I was talking earlier, Bud's not young. He's in his prime right now.
He's 34 years old, right? 33?
33.
Okay.
So he's ready to go now. That's why he wants those fights. That's why he's pressing, and that's why you always hear him saying Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, Earl Spence, because Earl Spence is the biggest fight at welterweight, and because that's the fight he wants now. He don't want to pull a Mayweather and have to take the fight when he's 39, 38. And then at that point, what's Earl's 29, 30? They're both sort of. Earl's really not in his prime yet, but Bud's in his prime, and Earl's damn near right there. He's definitely and pound for pound for me. But like you said, they don't want to wait, and Bob Arum and them want to wait. So they're definitely for sure trying to figure out what the next move is. And the only reason he's fighting Mean Machine, it's a mandatory. He says no to fight the mandatory, then they strip him of that belt, and then like I said earlier, what are these PBC's guys gonna say next? So I ain't gonna fight him. He don't got a belt. What's the point me going over there? What's the point me saying his name? You seen PBC was blacklisting Terrence anyways. I forget what part. No,
it wasn't blacklisted. I gotta interject right there, Chris, because they not blackballing. Because me and Arthur had the same thing. WBO is not recognized by the WBC because the WBO won't rank WBC fighters. PBC fighters. So they do not recognize the WBO. Terrence Crawford is just what you call it when they're in the way, just because he's a casualty. He's just a casualty. If you think that's something, when they showed the 168 fighters, when they was talking about the champions at 168, Billy Joe Saunders wasn't in there either. When they put up the heavyweight champions and they showed Andy Ruiz, they showed Andy Ruiz having the IBO, the IBF, and the WBA, not the WBO. They don't recognize that belt. It's not so much as Terrence Crawford. And then at the same time, you can't say they won't fight fighters without belts because they would fight Terrence Crawford if he was ranked in one of the
use the excuse of I'm not gonna fight him unless he's got a belt.
Yeah, they did. And guess what? He went and got a belt.
Where you guys at?
Here's one of my biggest issues with
that was Keith Thurman, bro. Keith Thurman said that.
Yeah.
Keith Thurman, no. Keith Thurman, I think Earl Spence said that too.
Earl said it. Strap says Earl Spence never told him to go get a belt. Keith Thurman told him to go get a belt. At the time, Terrence Crawford wasn't even trying to fight Earl Spence. He was trying to fight Keith Thurman.
Right. Yeah. You sure right.
But here's my thing and why we didn't. Part of the reason why we wasn't getting that Earl Spence Terrence Crawford fight is even Terrence Crawford came out in a Elliot Setback interview and said he's A side and he's not taking 50-50 or none of that. Now, Earl Spence is the money man. And I'm sorry, he has to take that sit back. You can't if I'm making more money than you and I don't need you to keep making my money, why am I gonna sit back and just say, okay, I'm gonna sit back and take the 40 or 30% to fight you? I don't think
Question.
Earl needs to do that.
So you said that the WBO doesn't recognize PBC fighters in their rankings, correct?
Not really. No, it's a
Okay.
couple of them that are ranked because we
Yeah,
talked
there's
about it, but no, they don't.
Danny Garcia, Jesse Vargas.
Jesse Vargas not a PBC fighter.
Yeah, he is. He signed.
No, he's not.
with Paul Heyman.
He signed the Matchroom in the Zone.
Did he sign over there? I knew he was with them. Either way, Danny Garcia is right there.
He's advised by Al Heyman still, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But he signed to Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, he signed to Eddie Hearn in Matchroom. I don't think he is.
Yeah, man. Let me catch up in this chat right quick. I see you in the building, South D Town. Duke say 140 pounders. Yeah, man, they ain't feeling that 140 pounder. We gonna get into that too. Bond South D Town say Bob said today on the Boxing Voice that Crawford have a lifetime contract with him, and with him, if that's so, Crawford is officially ducking all the other other champions on PBC. Damn. Woo. Okay. New Fat Boy Fitness in it, so he say, what's good with it, man? I see you in the building, New Fat Boy. Y'all go subscribe to the homie Drew Titan and New Fat Boy. Check their show out too, man, on Sunday nights. D Hodges said Earl said get a belt. Crawford got one. Then that's when Earl said clean up your side first. Facts.
Okay. Earl didn't say that. Keith Thurman said that. Remember that. Go look at the timeline. When Terrence Crawford came to 147, he called out Keith Thurman. They asked him about Earl. He said, I would love to fight Earl, but I want Keith Thurman. He's the man at 147. He did not try to fight Earl Spence. He was getting ready to fight Jeff Horn. When he got a bet,
Keith Thurman came out about it, Mac. He was like, ain't Earl Spence moving up to 154? That's what Bud was saying when he interviewed.
I remember that
he
too.
He was speaking for Earl. Earl ain't say nothing about 54.
Earl wasn't even talking about or even mentioning Terrence Crawford at that time. When Earl mentioned Terrence Crawford said something about Earl on Twitter, and Earl told him to go handle your side of the street. I handle mine. Then we'll worry about saying each other. That was all on Twitter. That was all on Twitter. Still on Twitter.
Yeah, man. All I remember when they got into it, I remember Earl saying that I'm gonna take the easy route and I'm gonna fight Sean Porter for the belt. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? I do remember Keith Thurman telling him, why would I fight you when you ain't got no belt? Go get a belt. You know what I'm saying? But because he did call out, Terrence Crawford called out Keith Thurman before he called out any one of them PBC fighters. He called out Thurman first at welterweight. Then he tried to get the fight with Danny, and the shit didn't come through. So, okay, baby, okay. But at the end of the day, man, people gonna feel how they feel. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to ask the panel, and I'm gonna come to Philip about this one. Because Chris, I already kind of know about it, but I'm gonna get his thoughts too. What's your thoughts about Top Rank moving potential opponents up for Terrence Crawford, like Jose Ramirez to Josh Taylor, Regis Prograis, man? What's your thoughts on that, bro?
From a promoter standpoint, I mean, if you can't make the deals with the PBC side, or if there's nobody lucrative enough to make a deal with over there with Golden Boy and Matchroom at the Zone, then you might as well do something in-house. You know what I mean? Develop your own stars, you know what I mean? And have a little bit of clout and cachet and move them up and have them fight and have them fight Terrence Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? Guys like Jose Ramirez comes to mind, like he's a unified champion. He's already big for his weight class. I think he's like 5'10", 5'11". You know what I mean? That seems pretty logical for him to move up in weight. I don't know if he's been having troubles making 140. I don't think he has, but I think by Aaron could make him an offer that he can't refuse. You know what I mean? And then we got Regis Prograis. He's another guy that he looked like he could do some good work at 147 as well. Is his time up at 140 after taking that L against Josh Taylor? You know what I mean? He could be convinced to move up, especially in what would be deemed by the hardcores as a super fight. You know what I mean? Between, let's be real, between Prograis and Terrence Crawford, that's that's mouthwatering right there. You know what I mean? You take the L away from a close, you know what I mean, decision loss from Prograis, and he's still sparkling. You know what I mean? So there is options within. Like I said earlier, you can look up or you can look down. You know what I mean? And it looks like there's better opponents when you're looking down for Terrence Bud Crawford within the umbrella top rank. So yeah, from the promoter's perspective, yeah, that's real possibilities.
Okay. I feel that, bro. D-High just say on GZ, I guess you was trying to say God. Earl told him to get a belt. Okay, he said go look at the video. What video, bro? Which video that is? You know what I'm saying? You gotta let me know, man. I go check that out. You know what I'm saying? I see you in the building, Ancestral Rage. Peace to you, my brother. Jay Cooley say y'all forgetting Earl couldn't buy a fight while Bud was at 140. I mean, yeah. Niggas don't talk about that though. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, all the pressure is on EJ to do everything. Now that he the man, but I mean that's what comes with the land. You know what I'm saying? Once you the king, you gotta stay king. D-High just said Bud gonna spark any 140 pounder. Oh, he's okay. You must be from the UK talking about some spark. That sounds like some UK shit. But I'm gonna come to you, Agricha. What's your thoughts about all these guys moving up, man? From 140, man. Jose Ramirez, Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor. Are these some good names? If Crawford can't get any of the PBC guys on his resume, man. If you're that Agricha.
I think those is legit names to do that. But if I was those guys, I would get some, tune-up fights first at that weight class. I wouldn't just jump in the ring. I'm gonna keep it real, with Terrence Crawford like that. Especially, I want to say Regis Prograis, because you already took one L. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Honestly, I would be trying to do Josh Taylor Prograis too.
Okay. So what you think about Jose Ramirez?
Jose Ramirez, I think that's a good fight. I still think he should definitely take a touch up. I think that's an easy win for Crawford.
Okay.
But I like Jose Ramirez because I know people that know him, and I heard that he's a really cool dude.
Yeah, he most definitely is a cool dude, man. So you wouldn't mind if that fight happened in 2020, you wouldn't mind seeing that in 2020, Jose Ramirez versus Crawford?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. I think that the reason why Jose Ramirez, because he's still got his O intact. You know what I mean? So he could take more of a risk. But I feel like for Regis, I don't know, like I said, I would be trying to get that rematch, me personally. Because it was a close fight.
Okay. Stay ready, man. Same exact question, bro. What's your thoughts, man, on all these opponents moving up for Bud potentially, bro?
That's part of the game. They do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's been fighters move up from cruiserweight to heavyweight to fight fighters. Promoters grooming these guys. They do it all the time, especially top rank. They did it for Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley rarely fought outside the top rank. Just about everybody he fought was top ranked fighters. And some of them were 140 fighters that they moved up to 147 for Tim Bradley. It's a part of the game, especially to keep their fighters active. And unless he's going to start fighting just lower level opponents, which they might have to start doing too. And what he's doing right now with Mean Machine shouldn't be ranked number one in WBO. That's a whole nother story. That should be Ray Robinson's spot. We can talk about that another day. But yeah, they do it all the time.
Yeah, man. Okay. I feel that, man. Well, Chris, I'm gonna come.
Actually, that's a good fight though. Ray Robinson, yeah, facts.
Oh yeah.
I would wave that. I would way rather see that fight with Terrence Crawford and Ray Robinson and Terrence Crawford and Mean Machine. This is me. He should, if he don't knock Mean Machine out in the first 3 rounds, there's something wrong. Because Mean Machine is garbage. And I'm not. I don't like calling fighters garbage, but I watched him get beat up by Ray Robinson, and they call that fight a draw. Like that really pissed me off. He got beat up. Was that a drop the mic moment? Y'all just got quiet.
Nah, your mic was muted for a second, so I ain't even hear what you said.
No, I went on mute.
Oh, okay. 503, what's good?
Oh yeah, my bad, child. I had to go to the door right quick. But yeah, what was we talking about? Oh yeah, all the fighters moving up to from 140 to 147.
Yeah, you went to Chris next.
Yeah. Go ahead and let people know how you feel about that, man. What's the inside scoop, man? I know you got some juicy for us, man. You understand me?
I don't mind it, honestly. The timing doesn't really work in Bud's favor because ultimately he's still going to end up shelved or potentially fighting guys like a Mean Machine or whatever. But ultimately, once it gets there, I like it. I like the Jose Ramirez match because, as was said earlier, he's definitely big. He's a big dude. He's fought at 147 for probably at least maybe 40% of his professional fights to this date. Big guy. Progress. I heard he wants to jump right in there with Crawford. That he wants to go right into that fight. Good idea. Probably not. No. If a tune-up would be better for him, or at least one fight with Top Rank first. Who was the other guy that we mentioned? Taylor. I think Taylor's gonna stay at 140 for a while. I think he's kind of small, definitely super talented. I can see him fighting guys like maybe him and like Teofimo Lopez in about 2020, 2021, maybe at 140, something like that. But as Max said, that's kind of what you have to do, and unfortunately, that's what Bud's gonna have to wait for. Is just let these prospects be groomed, and then these guys come up from 140 to 147, and those are the guys that he's gonna have to take on, unless something miraculous happens with this whole PBC situation.
Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, man, how I honestly feel about it, I like the fact that Top Rank is putting together a quote unquote backup plan just in case shit don't work out with the PBC fighters. I mean, who's to say? We don't really know what's really going on behind the scenes as it relates to even Terrence Crawford fighting any of these guys. We don't know what offers have been made or negotiation. You know what I'm saying? Only negotiation we really know about is the Danny Garcia negotiation. We don't know if an offer is going to be sent to Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? Or Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao. We don't know. Ugas, whatever the case may be, we don't know right now. But a lot of people get it misconstrued like we from Texas, we just gonna ride for Earl Spence. Yes, but then in a sense, we always been big Terrence Crawford fans. And the main thing that frustrates me with Terrence Crawford is his situation that he put himself in. You know what I'm saying? Now, he got a good deal, lucrative deal, life-changing money. That's fine. That's cool. I'm happy for him. But it's like, as a fan, it's just frustrating because you see this guy so talented and so great, and he on a platform, one of the biggest platforms in the world, and he not fighting nobody. You know what I'm saying? Who is Mean Machine, bro? Like, we don't know this guy. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is more excited to see Teofimo and Richard Coleman. And it shouldn't be like that for Terrence Crawford, bro. Fight fans want to see Teofimo Lopez and Richard Coleman more than they want to see Crawford versus Mean Machine, bro. And that's the bottom line.
Facts. Yeah. Bump him back, and make him be the undercard for real.
Yeah, man.
And then you're not even getting any promotion for the fight for either side.
Yeah.
Do you know, if I wasn't looking at the schedule, was it Friday? We forgot all about the fight. I was looking at the schedule because I was looking at the up and coming fights. And I was like, damn, Crawford fight next week. Shit.
Yeah, man, you won't know, bro. You won't know. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you have an app in ESPN Plus. You don't put the only show you have on related to boxing is Max on Boxing. And the motherfucker, he barely even be on the show. Yeah, they don't even put it out all the time, bro. And then you got dudes like Andre Ward, Tim Bradley, all these dudes that come from boxing. Why don't these dudes have their own boxing shows on the platform? Why aren't they doing documentaries and showing the fight camps for Terrence Crawford and all this shit, man? Like, I don't understand it, bro. Like, what is your thoughts on that, Chris? Like, why are they not putting the machine behind this guy, man?
Like I said, it's ESPN. Like we talked about earlier. I just feel that their platform is too broad for them to just focus on one thing or one person. Do I feel that it's well deserved? Absolutely. But do I feel ESPN will fix it? Probably not. No. That they'll maybe jump on board if they can somehow pull a Crawford and Spence fight or something like that. They'll try to amp it up a little bit, but I just don't see them changing anything at all. I think their ESPN plus platform that they're relying on, that they think everything's going to be switched to eventually, is failing too, especially with boxing. I can go on there and I can have more UFC and MMA content on there than I can boxing. And it's like you said, the Max on Boxing is all you can get, and that's few and far between. I don't see it changing. I don't see nothing with them. I don't see them thinking that it's a problem. I think that the names that they put on there, they think should sell itself, but they're doing themselves a disservice. And obviously, as everybody said, they're doing Terrence and all the top ranked fighters a disservice by the promotions not being done and it being so poor.
Right. Okay. I want to get your thoughts on the fights this weekend, man. What are your thoughts on Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz, man? And I also ask you about the Charlo Hogan card. You know what I'm saying? The Korobov versus Eubank, man. What's your thoughts on the fights this weekend, though, bro?
It's going to be a good weekend of fights. I wasn't normally a big Charlo fan. I actually met y'all. I really paid attention to him. I didn't really like him. I thought they were super cocky and just super arrogant. I was glad to see Charlo lose to Harrison. I really was. But I do like them. They're definitely super entertaining, and I'll tune in whenever they fight. I don't like the Hogan matchup. I think that's just as bad as Crawford and Mean Machine. I don't really care to watch it. To be honest, yeah, we know what it is.
Man. You reaching out, bro. You reaching.
You're right.
No, it's true. Like it's really true. Like we gotta call a spade, like, regardless of where we're at. It's another shit matchup. Period. I mean, it's just as bad. But will I tune in to watch it? Yeah, I'll probably watch it. Because like I said, the Charlo brothers, either one of them, they're still entertaining regardless. They put on a little bit of a show. It's like you see them, you gotta watch. A lot of reasons. As far as Ruiz and Joshua, I'm super excited for it. I don't think it's going to be as climatic as people say, or as people think. I think it's going to be a wash. I don't feel that Joshua is going to have it, and I think this is going to be the last time we ever see Joshua in a fight. I think we're going to see him box again after Saturday night.
Damn. Okay, I feel that, man. How you feel about the? How you feel about the Korobov and Eubank fight?
I like Korobov. Korobov's sneaky. Every time he fights, he's sneaky. When he fought Charlo, he always comes to fight, and he's gonna make it tough. I don't think he'll pull out the victory. I think he's just gonna make it tough and entertaining. But I think Eubank is just a better boxer than he is, and I think he'll resort to actually boxing and moving, and sticking and jabbing. Because if you're gonna get on the inside and fight with Korobov, it's gonna be rough and tough, and you're not gonna want to do that all night. And like sneaky, if Chris does that, then if he could fuck around and it could be an upset loss for him. And then where does he go from there?
Right. Okay. I see you in the building, Tay Brown. Jay Cooley say, but no one is ducking Bud. Nah, ain't nobody ducking Bud, man. You know what I'm saying? But I want to end the show off like we hating on Crawford, man. We just want to see Crawford in the best position possible, man. I hate the fact that all these other guys is on pay-per-view and you see them on Fox and you see Earl Spence with the Cowboys and you see Sean Porter at the Cleveland Brown game. You see Tank, he on at the Baltimore Ravens game and shit. Like I don't want to. I just don't want to see Terrence Crawford
at the Packers game all the time. Just saying. But the thing about that is he just don't like the thing that's different from him and everybody else, and I don't think this has anything to do with ESPN or Top Rank.
Mm-hmm.
He's really just not that kind of dude. Like right. He still lives in the same area that he grew up in. I'm talking in the hood in Omaha. And I say the hood in Omaha. Omaha is super hood. Trust me. But he still lives there. He dwells there every day. He'll drive from there to Colorado Springs every week just to help his his training partners, just to go spar, just to work out, whatever. But he's in the hood every day. He has not left. And he's just not that kind of person. Like I told you earlier, he's not the kind of dude that's going to get out and market himself, like Floyd Mayweather or like all these other guys, are doing. Some of these other guys really do that as well. You do that as well, but they have a different kind of platform behind them. So that's why you see, a Tank at the Baltimore Ravens games and Earl, he's in Dallas. Like you said, everything's bigger in Texas and out there in Dallas. He's got all the support out there for sure. But Bud's just not that kind of dude. You're never going to see him do that. Watch his interviews, like when he went to the Breakfast Club twice. You're maybe going to get 19 minutes of content maybe out of him, and you never see a Breakfast Club interview that short. Everything. The most recent things he's done, like that Food Truck Diary with that guy Brendan Schaub. A few other ones. You just don't get much. You don't give much. That's just who he is. And he's already stated before, like, I'm not that kind of guy. He's like, I'm not gonna come out and talk. I'm not gonna do this. I don't need to press myself. I'm happy where I'm at with the money I've made and the money I got coming in. So all that it's not gonna happen. Let's say that the Spence Crawford fight happens. All this media and all this extra shit that's usually required, like a Mayweather Pacquiao kind of deal, or like a McGregor Mayweather kind of press tour and shit like that. You won't see him doing that. I can guarantee you won't see him doing that.
Yeah, it's real tricky for Bud, man. Like I say, man, I'm not hating on bro. I just feel like bro career is stagnant. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take if he don't fight one of these PBC fighters like Earl Spence or Keith Thurman, Pacquiao type guy. It's gonna take a dude like Jose Ramirez or Regis Prograis to just probably put him where he needs to be, man. But
so let me ask you this: you said put him where he needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
If he was, let's say after next Saturday, he never fights again.
Right.
You never see him in the ring again. Does he still go to the Hall of Fame? Is he still?
Most definitely. But I'm just saying, as far as like pound for pound, still, because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna end the show off like this, bro. If Bud don't fight no top names in 2020, bro, he dropping from that pound for pound rankings, bro. That's a fact. And I'm not hating on him or shitting on him, but I'm just saying, you got Canelo out here doing what he doing. Lomachenko climbing up the ladder. Some niggas already got Deontay Wilder right there. You can't sleep on Earl Spence. I mean, I'm just saying. He has to make moves, bro. Top Rank and Bob Arum and them boys got to put this dude in the driver's seat to make moves, man, in 2020. You know what I'm saying? But stay ready. I'm gonna come to you, man. If Bud don't get those marquee fights in 2020, man, does he drop down on the pound for pound rankings? Stay ready.
To be honest with you, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I say to be honest with you, if he fight another lower level opposition after he fight Mean Machine, he drops. He ain't gonna drop out, but he gonna drop down. And I'm being honest with you. You can't stay in the pound for pound because the pound for pound is based off of skill level. It's based off of quality of opponents and activity. As of right now, only thing he got is skill level. If he fight Mean Machine and if he don't fight nobody of a quality opponent next,
Yeah, that's how I'm
he's
feeling
not
with
being.
it, man.
He's also not being real active either.
Nope. He damn sure ain't. That's a great point, man. That's a damn great point. And I'm gonna say something too. I got Chris on here right now. He better wipe the floor with this Mean Machine guy. He better have Mean Machine out of there in 6 rounds, bro.
3,
I'm being nice with 6. I'm giving that
3,
nigga the first half of the fight. He better have this nigga up out of there.
3.
You gonna have some explaining to do, brother. For
3
real, man.
rounds.
It's definitely gonna be an ass whooping, but y'all, Bud's not that kind of fighter though. Like, who was it that Spence knocked out in the first round when he fought at Cowboy Stadium? The bum,
Campo.
nobody. Who?
Right.
Yeah, okay. But okay, a guy like that, like Spence is a body snatcher. He's a different kind of. He's a big dude. He punches powerful. As powerful as a bitch, just like everybody else in the division, or I'm sorry, better than everybody else in the division. But so don't expect Bud to go out there and just first round knockout with a one shot type deal.
Right. I know Bud thought out slow.
6 rounds, it's gonna be an ass whooping. The dude's not gonna touch Crawford. It's gonna be an ass whooping. Just like we talked about, Bud's getting better. I mean, look at the guys that he's brought into his camp. Not even he brought us to a camp. That's part of his team now. Those type of guys is also going to help him get better. They're going to keep him peaking and at that tip top shape. I don't think he's having easy sparring sessions with Maurice Hooker. I mean, because he's a tough motherfucker. He's a good fighter.
Who else he up there scoring, by the way, besides Hooker?
This Hooker, I know before Jamel's fight, him and Jamel Herring were getting sparring. Hold on.
Did him and Shakur Stevenson spar?
Yeah, he's always out there helping Shakur because Shakur's always out there in the springs as well.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he has a couple young kids, little solid fighters from Ohio that have been out there for a couple camps with him. Steve Nelson is always out there. Oh, Rob Brandt is another one.
Right.
So I mean, I know those are the guys that he's had out there for this camp. That's cool. I mean,
okay.
and they'll hit me up every once in a while, see what I got down in Denver, if I got anybody worthwhile to come up and give them some work or what have you. They're always open to whatever, but he's definitely getting quality work for sure.
Okay. That's what's up, man. I think Maurice Hooker ought to do it though. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's just me though. I don't think Mean Machine is just really something that he got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he getting work from Jamal Herring too. You know what I'm saying?
Mean Machine, unfortunately, just a mandatory. That's it. He just like Max said earlier, he got that draw with Ray Robinson, which definitely could have easily went to Robinson, and we might not even be having this conversation. But unfortunately, the politics of boxing just happened to give it to that Mean Machine, and I think that's the only reason it was. Is the politics, it's money. It's those overseas guys who are really almost taking over boxing ultimately.
Yeah.
They're giving those guys.
You most definitely see it. Yeah, man. My boy Marquise Monroe say Bud gonna beat everybody at PBC if presented. Okay, I like how you talk, Marquise. I like that. We got to make it happen though. Rob Stewart say who in here talking about bad about my guy? Who in here talking bad about my guy Wood? And Rob Stewart, get out of here, man. Nobody talking about bad about no Bud, man. He just got to do something, man. You understand?
What Rob Stewart come in and say, man, you know you a Keith Thurman fan. Want to come in here and start talking about Bud now?
Yeah,
Get out
man.
of here, Rob.
You a Keith
Get out of
Thurman
here.
fan, bro.
Go on back to Florida.
Straight up, man. You understand me? D Hodges say he won't get credit for it at all. They say Pro Grades was too small. Okay. Bud returned. Jay Cooter say Bud returned the end of the next year. He got fighters he promoting his son fighting now. I don't know, bro. I don't think he's gonna retire next year, bro. What you think about that, Chris? How many more years you think Bud got left in him, man?
Depending on how active he is, I say at least 3. They got their little promotion in gym and stuff, so he's not really promoting other fighters. I mean, his name's on the marquee, but Bo Mack and the rest of the people handle that. I've actually helped out with a couple of their shows personally, with matchmaking and everything. His sons are just wrestling. His son, I mean, is 6, 7 years old. Is the oldest. He's wrestling. He's like some kind of national champion already. Kids haven't started boxing yet. I do know that for a fact. I know all the kids. I've already seen quite a few of them. So I say gotta give him about a good 3 more years, and then he's done. Except people gotta remember, as we talked earlier, he's 33. I don't think he's gonna be Mayweather fighting at 40 plus. About that one.
Yeah, man. Okay. Phil, I'm gonna come to you, bro. What's your thoughts on Bud staying on the pound for pound ranking, man? If he don't fight any more key fights in 2020, man, will his pound for pound stock drop in 2020 if he don't fight no more key fights?
Yeah, I believe it should. I believe it should drop to be on that list. You know what I mean? Especially high up on that list where he deserves to be. You got to keep on continuing to do popular, spectacular things. You know what I mean? And by fighting these run-of-the-mill, you know what I mean, average fighters, undeserved mandatories, and things of that nature, that just doesn't cut it. You know what I mean? Pound for pound list is a popularity contest. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I mean. So if you ain't doing popular things, so then what is we talking about here? You know what I mean? But just to throw off another dark horse opponent that everybody's kind of forgot, everybody else is kind of forgotten about, that could possibly be. I'm gonna say he's elite, but he's definitely a marquee opponent, and that's Kell Brook. What's the man don't think about Kell Brook? I think even though that he's past his prime, his name still rings bells, and that would kind of like, you know what I mean, buy some time before, you know what I mean, he has to bite the inevitable bullet and fight, you know what I mean, some of these PBC guys and bow down.
Yeah. Okay.
You're right. We will still talk about it, and I still say he's a better opponent than Amir Khan.
Facts.
And we haven't talked about Sergey Lipinets either. I'd love to see that fight.
That's another good fight. That's why I say Ugas is another good fight. It's so many guys Bud can fight, bro, within the next 3 years, man. You know what I'm saying? If he fighting 3 times a year, you know what I'm saying, which I don't see. But I mean, I'm just curious as to see how all this shit play out in 2020, man. Rob Stewart say, "Hey, Mac, just because I bet on fighters don't mean I'm a diehard fan of them." Okay. He said, you know that you're supposed to be betting. You're a betting man as well. Yeah, man.
I'm a betting man, but I know you're a Keith Thurman fan too.
Yeah. Rob Stewart say Kell can't make 147 though. Yeah,
man, y'all let these fighters lie to y'all.
Yeah, man. What's your thoughts about that though, Chris? How you feel about Kell Brook, man? We're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up.
I wouldn't mind that fight at all. I know that Brooks showed up in New York when he fought Khan, and if you search the videos, he had a little run-in with Bud's sister. They were kind of jawing back and forth with each other and whatever. But and I know they had talked about that at some point. I don't know how far that ever gotten, but I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. I would be surprised if Brooke could make 147 again, though. Maybe they would have to do it at a catchweight, something like 150 or something like that, because I'm pretty sure Brooke blew up like crazy.
Yeah, you froze up, bro.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You heard everything? Okay.
Yeah, you good.
Okay. Yeah, but like I said, I mean, I definitely would like that one for sure. And it wasn't me that froze up. Look, he froze up. Yeah, I told y'all he didn't pack his lunch. He wasn't ready. I told y'all was witness to it. See, look at him.
Oh shit.
Look at him, y'all. He froze.
God damn, he froze up the whole motherfucking me show, man.
No, you froze up the whole show. We all sitting over here talking about you being froze.
Damn. My bad, man. This internet be tripping, bro. I told you my internet sometimes be tripping. But
ultimately, yeah, I would like that fight. I wouldn't mind watching that fight at all. I just don't think Brooke can make 147. They would have to do it at a catchweight. If they would agree to that.
Okay. Yeah, man, I like the Kill Brooke fight myself, man. You understand me, man? But I'm gonna tell you something. Your boy better start doing something, man, because the pressure, you think niggas talking shit right now. You ain't seen nothing yet, bro. It's real light right now. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to Crawford. But the main thing with bro is just getting the fights, man. Like I say, that's all we want at the end of the day, man. If you fighting a Kell Brook or Ugas, Earl Spence Jr., Thurman, whoever the fuck, bro, you have to fight somebody that's worth talking about, bro. We can't market Mean Machine, man. It's not even worth talking about, bro. Especially when you got other better fights that's coming on in the same time span, man. You got a lot of shit going on in the month of stacked timber, as I like to call it, because we stacked up every week with fights. So sometimes you're gonna get lost in the shuffle, man. So it's up to Top Rank and Bob Arum, man, to give you them good fights that the fight fans are also so thirsty for, man. But I appreciate you coming on the show, Chris, man. It was good having you on, man. You know what I'm saying? We took it light on you today, man. But I'm telling you right now, if Bud don't do something in 2020, you're gonna have some explaining to do. You understand me? But I appreciate you for coming on, man. Let me get some last words, man, and let the people know where they can follow you at, bro.
Yeah, everything came together. I kind of got it squared away. Like I said, when you froze, you got your lunch eaten today. Just saying, you froze up, took off. You low key tried to slide out. So,
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks to everybody on the chat. Thanks to everybody who chimed in with the questions. Again, you can follow me same place. Twitter, Instagram at McLean Mestis. Any questions, whatever, I'm always available. I'm always on my phone. I work on my phone all day, so get at me. I'm always ready for these whenever you want to bring some more my way.
Already, man. We definitely gonna be hollering at you again after this Bud fight, and he better get Mean Machine out of there in 6 rounds too.
Quick question before we go on that one. What's your prediction for the Comey Lopez fight next week on that undercard?
I got Teofimo Lopez winning by decision, split decision.
Mac,
What's up?
Lopez, Comey, who you got?
Comey.
I
like Lopez
as well.
I like Lopez, but Lopez don't have a jab. He needs to work on his jab. If he come in this fight and his jab is way better than it has been, then he has a chance. But he doesn't have a jab. I in order for me to even start looking at him again, he has to work on that jab. That's the only way he's gonna move further in this sport. Or somebody like a Richard Comel or Lomachenko is gonna eat him for lunch.
Yeah, man, most definitely, man. We definitely gonna be talking about it though. We're gonna be talking about Bud all next week too. You understand me? And the fights and shit coming up next week, man. Stay ready, man. Let me get some last words from you, bro, and let the people know what you got going, man.
Man, y'all know y'all can follow me at Stay Ready Boxing on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, BossMac1222 on Twitter. I clown. Y'all come follow me over there. It's all the same. But y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight. I will have in the ring Christine Lopez on the platform tonight. She has her own website, boxing website. She's on Instagram. She's a media personality, and she's also a boxing coach. She coaches amateurs. I think she actually has sparring tonight as well. But y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight because we're gonna get in depth in some of the things going on in boxing, and I'm gonna talk to her about everything that she has going on in boxing. So y'all come join the discussion. 8 o'clock, right after 78.
Oh, really, man. And y'all be sure to pull up, man, to the Houston Hard Hitter TV, man. Right after Stay Ready, man. Bro, we'll be going live, man, with the home girl, man, Christine, you know what I'm saying? She real dope. So all the queens out there, Tay Brown, Miss Boxing, Beverly, you know what I'm saying? Ivy, all y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all better pull up, man, because this is a female and she do know her fucking boxing. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and close us out, off fella.
Yes, indeed. First off, salute to Chris for passing through. You know what I mean? You made a good account of yourself, definitely. You know what I mean? Building with us, usual suspects on 503 Lions platform, you know what I mean? So salute to you, you know what I mean? You had some good points about Bud Crawford and whatnot today. Yeah, I'm just excited for the fights coming up this weekend. You know what I mean? Once again, we're going to continue to talk about the AJ Ruiz. We're going to continue to talk about Charlo Hogan and Eubank Korobov. You know, dig. So, yeah, it's a good week of fights coming up. You know what I mean? And we're going to continue to, you know what I mean, wrap this good boxing shit. Salute to once again the whole panel, Act Reacher 45, who was on earlier. Stay ready boxing TV.
Stay rock.
Stay rocky, baby.
Stay rocking with stay ready boxing TV.
Yes, sir.
In the day.
Right on.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's your favorite, get your most hated odd fella. Salute to the LDBC. Of course, your host with the most 503 Lion, and I'm Gizon.
Already, man. Much love to everybody that came through today fucking with me, man. D Hodges, Rob Stewart, Marquise Monroe, ain't seen you in a minute. The homie Chris, man. All this shit started on Twitter, man. The power of the internet, man. But y'all be sure to tune in. 78 live right now. And after that, pull up to Stay Ready Boxing TV, man. It's your boy 503 Line, man. 1-4 for the Houston Hard Hitters, and it's just like that. I'm gone, man. H time for real. Y'all pull up tomorrow, man. Same time. Just like that. You understand? Yeah.